Let's effing go. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. It is your boy Niner Sickness with another Niner Sickness podcast. How's everybody doing today? I hope everybody had a wonderful Sunday. We're going to talk 49ers. We're going to talk Philadelphia Eagles. Are these the two best teams in the NFC? Will these two teams meet again in the NFC Championship game? Will the Niners have their revenge? Who's the better team? Right after this. What's up? Welcome back, everyone. Let me go ahead and say hello to all the ones that are coming in. What's going on, 49er Throwback? We got Jimmy Perez in the house. What's up, Jimmy? Estoy muy bien, gracias. ¿Cómo estás tú, hermano? We got Roberto Hastings in the house. What's up? We got Eric in the house. What's up, Eric? We got Corey Davis in the house. What's up, Corey? We got 187 in the house. What's up, 187? We got Tommy Huxley in the house. What's up, Tommy? And we got Bebop Jones in the house. What's up, Bebop? How's everybody doing today? Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Charge. All right. So, hope everybody's doing good. Give me a second. Let's see here. Give me a second real quick, guys. I hope everyone is having a wonderful Sunday. Enjoying some baseball. Giants won over the Rockies today, 1-0. Almost done. Give me 1 second. Okay. All right. Got it done. How's everybody doing? We got my brother Brian Cope in the house. What's up, Brian? Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. Tommy says, sorry, missed the stream. Brian fighting off the cold, was sleeping on and off all day. I hope you're feeling better, Tommy. Hope you're feeling better, man. That sucks, man. That sucks, man. Dealing with a cold, man. I'm glad you're here watching the stream. I hope I can entertain you enough that you can keep your mind off of get your mind off of what's going on with your cold, my friend. Do I diddy dum diddy do? What's up, Damien? How you doing, sir? Welcome. Welcome to the show. And Bebop said, praying for you, Tommy. Praying for you.
Booyah!
That's what I'm talking about. Praying for you, my friend. He got you covered. He got you covered. That's what I'm talking about. I got Mr. Hufanga jersey on today, wearing Mr. Huff. 29. Enjoying a little bit of Hufanga. 29. How's everybody doing, man? I hope everybody's having an awesome day. Hope you guys are enjoying your Sunday. Football is not that far away. Training camp is around the corner. Once training camp comes around, there's going to be so much to talk about in training camp. The whole quarterback situation is going to just ramp up. If you think you heard enough, if you are tired of hearing about the quarterback situation, if you're tired about hearing about Brock this, Trey Lance that, Sam Darnold, get ready. Because once training camp starts, all hell's going to break loose. And everybody and their mamas is going to be talking about the quarterback situation. Will Brock Purdy be back for week 1? Will Trey Lance take advantage of his opportunity and become that QB1? Can Sam Darnold resurrect his career under the mighty Kyle Shanahan and the surrounding cast around him? Can he be like the Undertaker and rise from the dead? Or is Sam Darnold's career, is it over? We shall see. We shall see who is going to be driving this automobile that we call the San Francisco 49ers. Will it be Trey Lance? Will it be Brock, the little guy, Purdy? Or will it be the turnover machine, Sam Darnold? Or could it be the backup, Allen? I'm not even going to say his first name. We'll see. We'll see what happens, man. Sam Darnold as a second string is laughable. Yep. I don't know. Let's keep it 100. Let's keep it 100. And we'll get into the Philadelphia in a moment. I know I say it as a joke, but can Sam Darnold really resurrect his playing time here under Kyle Shanahan? Can Kyle Shanahan be that offensive guru that Sam Darnold has been missing? Can the surrounding cast of Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, Christian McCaffrey, Juice, George Kittle, could that surrounding cast help elevate the play of one Sam Darnold? We shall see. We shall see indeed. I thank God for that. For that, my test for colon cancer is free up. Right on. Booyah! That's what I like to hear. Let's party. Hey, this is what we tell cancer.
You're fired.
Cancer, you're fired. That's what we tell. And cancer,
you suck.
That's right. Cancer, you suck big time. Congratulations, Corey. Congratulations. Let me give you, let's see, do I even have it set up on this cue? Here we go. Let me give you the hand of applause. Great news, Corey. Great news. Tommy agrees. with me on that great news. I am fired up. Right on, Tommy. Right on, Tommy, man. Appreciate you supporting my boy, Corey. Look who we have. We have Austin in the house. How you doing, my friend? God bless you as well. God bless you as well. Brian says
you suck.
To cancer. Yeah, cancer sucks for sure. It sucks for sure.
Oh, come on, man.
That's right. Freaking cancer.
Damn!
Let's just flush cancer down the toilet. Let's flush that shit. It doesn't belong in anywhere. Niner Sickness is the one of the last true fans that witnessed Camelot in the 80s. Yeah, bro. I want this Super Bowl to be won by the San Francisco 49ers so badly for you guys, for the youngsters. I got the opportunity to watch all 5 Super Bowl wins. I got to enjoy the parades in San Francisco. And as a fan growing up in the 80s, late 70s, early 80s, the rivalries between the Dallas Cowboys and the San Francisco 49ers have been crazy, right? Back in the 80s, it didn't matter who you played in the regular season. It didn't matter who your opponent was in the regular season. At the end of the year, there was going to be 2 teams that were going to face each other. That was your San Francisco 49ers and those sissy Dallas Cowboys. Now, unfortunately, they got the better part of us, but they are
Loser.
They are losers. And the rivalry between the Dallas Cowboys and the San Francisco in the 80s was amazing. That was the Super Bowl. People did not even there was more people tuning in nationwide to watch the playoff game between the Dallas Cowboys and the Niners than the actual Super Bowl back then. We knew that the winner of the NFC Championship game will go on and win the Super Bowl, and that's the way it was. AFC was no competition back then. Then, fast forward a little bit, we started a new rivalry with the Green Bay Packers. Brett Favre, Chamora, the tight end. I forgot the name of that D tackle the Green Bay had. Big boy. Those were great rivalries. The Cowboys, Niners, then the Niners and Green Bay. People like to say that the Seahawks and Niners are rivalry. They're not rivalry. The Seahawks are an AFC team. They're not rivalries. They don't even belong in the NFC. Now, will a new rivalry start to be brewing again between the Niners and the Eagles? Or are the Eagles a one-year wonder? Will the Eagles make it back to the NFC Championship game? Or will they struggle? Will they have that Super Bowl hangover? You know that the Rams, when they won this when they won the Super Bowl, they didn't make it back to the playoffs. Playoffs? Don't talk to me about no playoffs. Shout out to Jim Mora. Will the Eagles be a rivalry team? would it be a rivalry team against the Niners, or were they exposed? Now, they lost their offensive coordinator. They lost their offensive coordinator. They lost their best D tackle to us and Hargrave. Now, they picked up some Georgia Bulldogs players. Jalen, he looks like he might be a great D tackle. But it's going to take him a minute to kind of get adapted to the NFL. I don't know about you guys, man, but I don't think the Eagles are going to go back to the NFC Championship. Now, if the Eagles don't make it, what team do you think takes their place? See, that's the question. The Eagles may not be that good anymore, but what team threatens the Eagles? Is it the Giants? I don't think so. Is it the Cowboys? The Cowboys can't even get past us, much less get past the Eagles. Star Scream Zup Zero in the house. What's up, brother? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. So, rivalries are teams that always face each other in games that are very meaningful. Playoff games. The great Cowboys and Niners games. The great Green Bay and Niner games. Will the Eagles make it back to the NFC champion? Or will Debo Samuel shut the hell up, Eagles? You ain't doing shit. You ain't. That's what I'm talking about. Look who it is. We got royalty. We got royalty in the house. Welcome, East Coast Red and Gold, my girl Jess, my collab, my co-host on the Niners Now podcast. Catch us every Friday at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 o'clock Eastern, every Friday for the Niners Now podcast. Welcome, Jess. Good to see you. Plus, if you don't know this, you're going to find out now. Jess is the guru when it comes to fireworks. She shows up and shows out every 4th of July. She showed me some videos of her giving a display of fireworks, and I'm like, oh my goodness. She does better work than Great America. Conference teams have to beat their division to play a rivalry game. True that. It might be Dallas or Seattle, maybe Washington. Washington, interesting. However, I think it's Dallas for some reason in the NFC. It's just a better rivalry. So you're thinking about the rivalry starting up again. But the thing about a rivalry, though, it usually happens in the NFC Championship game, right? And the Cowboys can't even make it there. You know, people give the Niners a hard time winning a Super Bowl. The Cowboys have not even made it to the NFC Championship game in 30 freaking years. It's not even Super Bowl or bust for the Cowboys. For the Cowboys, it's NFC Championship or bust. NFC Championship or bust for the Cowboys. They can't even get there, much less to a Super Bowl. Yep. Agreed. Bebop says Jess the GOAT. She is definitely the GOAT for sure. So, let's talk about the Eagles. Give me a second. Move that over there. Open up this window. Eagles roster. All right, so let's look at the roster for the Philadelphia Dummies. And I'm going to look more towards the defense. No thanks. So they drafted a defensive tackle out of Georgia with their 10th pick in the first round to replace one Javon Hargrave. Now, this kid coming out of Georgia is a pretty good prospect. He has a lot of potential to be great. But you got to go out and prove it in the NFL. Okay. You become great based on your production in the NFL, not because of your reputation from college. Solomon Thomas was a beast at Stanford. He was a beast. How did he turn out? So you can be a great prospect. You can do great in college, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to transcend to the NFL. Not every player coming out of college becomes a Nick Bosa. That right out of the gate, very far from few do that. Now, this kid that the Eagles picked up, he may be one of those Bosa protocol types. I'm trying to think of his name. It'll come to me in a minute. If you know his name, please put it in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate it. And yes, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you, my friend Damien. Appreciate the love, man. Let's level up. So, one of the defenders that I like out of Philadelphia is Hassan Reddick. Hassan Reddick is a monster. Now, a lot of you know what happened in the NFC Championship game. A lot of you know why we lost the game. Because, unfortunately, our quarterback, Brock Purdy, got hurt. And the reason why he got hurt is because this freaking monster, Hassan Reddick, came out of the barrel. It was a direct hit. Our third string tight end did not even see him get by him. Kraft, by the way, is trash. Kraft is trash. But Hassan Reddick is definitely one heck of a player, man. Who do you guys see being the toughest player to defend against coming from Philadelphia? Who do you guys see being the toughest player that we have to face? Is it Jalen Hurts, their quarterback? Is it their defensive line? Is their defensive line going to be as good as it was last year? I mean, they lost their top D tackle to us. They brought in a rookie. How good is the Eagles' D line going to be? And who's going to lead in sacks this year? Is it going to be the Eagles again? Or will it be the San Francisco 49ers? Who will lead the team in sacks? Is it going to be the Eagles? Is it going to be the Cowboys? Or will it be San Francisco? What is the missing piece in San Francisco in that D line? Is it that pass rusher opposite of Nick Bosa? What if Drake Jackson becomes that player that we have been missing? What if Drake Jackson becomes that powerhouse, that speed edge rusher to complement Nick Bosa? Now you have Drake Jackson dominating on one side. You have Eric Armstead pushing the pile in the middle. You have Hargrave just pushing that defender back towards the quarterback. And then you have the monster, the beast, the creature from the Black Lagoon, Nick Bosa, coming out of the other side. How will offensive lines prepare for those four guys? I'm telling you, if Drake Jackson becomes the player that I want him to be and that I think he will be, this defensive line is going to give opposing offensive coordinators nightmares. Offensive lines are not going to want to play. Quarterbacks are going to call, they're going to call the day off. They're like, who do we play today? Oh, we play the 49ers? Yep, I'm calling in sick. Put in the backup. Go ahead and put in the backup. I'm calling in sick. And then you got Givens in the rotational. You got Kinlaw. I know Kinlaw is not the biggest fan. Kinlaw, we've been up and down with Kinlaw. Oh my God, he can't stay healthy. He's a bust. A lot of the crap that we've been hearing about Kinlaw, and you're probably right. We know as an every down D tackle, he's not that great. But maybe, just maybe, as a rotational player, he can come in and give us that extra push against the run. And then we have Kalia Davis. Now, this kid was redshirted all year due to injury. He's a fullback converted into a D tackle. How good could this D-line be? Not only do we have great starters, but we have great depth. Something that the Rams do not know nothing about. The Rams, if they stay healthy, well, not anymore. They lost a bunch of players. But last year, if they would have stayed healthy, their players were good enough to win games. But they found out, as soon as their starters started to fall and get hurt, they became trash. They didn't have the backups to sustain wins. The Niners has depth. I want to ask you guys a question. There's a player that I'm excited about this year on the secondary. There's a player that I'm truly excited about in the secondary. Who can guess? Who in the chat can guess who that player is? What player is Niners Sickness excited about this year on the secondary? Let's see if you guys can guess. There's a player that I'm excited about. There's a player that I want to see get better. I think he's going to get better. Jair Brown, I'm excited about him, but nope, it's not Jair Brown. And it is not Womack. Although I do like Samuel Womack a lot. I definitely like Samuel Womack a lot. But it's not him. I think this kid went from average last year and he's going to go to elite status. Elite status this season. What's up, Terror Dome? Welcome. Oh, one of you hit it. No, not. I love Drake Jackson. Now, that's the guy that I'm excited about on the D-line. That is the guy that I'm excited on the D-line. But this particular player plays in the secondary. And Brian and Tommy both hit it on the dot. Lenore Demo is the guy that I think is going to be elite status. This kid has it. This kid from Oregon, he has the eye of the tiger. This kid is building his confidence. This kid started to play better and better as the year went. And then he just really went off in the playoffs. 2 interceptions in the playoffs. Lenore is building his confidence. He's getting comfortable. And now that you bring in Steve Wilkes, who specializes in the secondary, who's going to be able to predict and help out Lenore to take a step further, I'm really excited to see what Demo does this year. Demo is going to be a shutdown corner. Save the receipts. Save the receipt. Demo will be a shutdown corner in 2023. This is how good Demo's going to be. Lenore is a monster. I loved him coming out of Oregon. I know we took Embry Thomas in the 3rd round. And then we took Lenore in the 5th round. And I have a friend of mine that he likes Michigan, and he's like, Embry Thomas is going to be a beast. And I'm like, okay, we'll see what Embry Thomas can do. But I told him, but don't sleep on this kid, Lenore. Don't sleep on him. And they're like, no. Lenore's going to be okay. But it's all about Embry Thomas. And I have nothing against Embry Thomas. I hope Embry Thomas can show up this offseason and show what he can do. It's going to be very hard for him to make the team. But Lenore has stepped up. And between him and Mooney, they're going to shut down that backfield. And then you have Gibson who's developing Brown. And then you have Hufanga, the jersey that I'm wearing. By the way, let me show you Hufanga Huff right there. This kid is special. We got some new people in here. Ooh-wee. Let's see who it is. We got David McNiner. My brother from another mother. Welcome to the stream, brother. We got No Border Sports. Welcome. My boy Ryan in the house. How you doing, Ryan? We got David Corona in the house. What's up, David? Good to see you, David.
He likes to hold pee-pee in his refrigerator or freezer. I get spooked. When I talk to David, I get scared. But you know what? He's a pretty cool dude if you get to know him.
What's up, David? Good to see you, my friend. So I'm excited about Lenore. Lenore is the guy that I want to see take off, never look back, dominate, become a Pro Bowl at the corner position. I think he will be. I think Lenore is going to be a top flight corner for years to come for the San Francisco 49ers. I'm excited to see what Lenore brings to this secondary. And then again, now you bring in a coach that works specifically with the secondary. We already know that Chris Kasarik is taking care of those monsters in the front. So Steve Wilkes doesn't have to worry too much about the front. Holland, a wonderful coach, linebacker coach. He'll take Fred, as long as you have Fred Warner and Greenlaw, your linebackers are set. Now, Steve Wilkes will be able to focus on the secondary. You have Gibson, who is developing and teaching Brown how to be that player, right? Then you got Hufanga, Lenore, you got Mooney. How good can this secondary be? And the secondary always complements the front four or the front seven, and the front seven always complements the secondary. Now, if Lenore can have a better year than last year, and Drake Jackson can take off this year in the front, holy, this defense is going to be on fire. James Bolt in the house. What's up, brother? Please make sure to hit like and subscribe to the channel. I can't wait till the start of the season. So excited. I'm fired up, guys. I'm getting goosebumps. Look at that. I'm getting goosebumps right now. Top flight security. You know what? We do need to come up with a name for our secondary. This secondary is going to be so damn good. So damn good that I like what I like the way Ryan is thinking. We need to come up with a name for the secondary. Because this is how good, in my opinion, this secondary is going to be. What would be a good name? No Border Sports have already brought up top flight security. Bay Area Bombers. Come up, help me out, guys. Come up with some names. Get your creative thinking on. Put on your creative head and come up with some ideas. What would be a good name for our secondary that identifies the style of play that the Niners will display in the secondary? Curious to see. Yes, thank you, Roberto Davis. What's up, brother? Yes, please make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for your boy, Niners Sickness. Orale. All that needs to be happened is stay healthy and gel as a team. And we should have an exciting year. I like it. Bird killers. I like that, but we don't only play the birds. I mean, we do play two birds in our division twice a year. Now, I know what a cardinal is, right? I know what a cardinal is. It's a stupid bird, but I know what it is. What's a Seahawk? What in the heck is a Seahawk? I don't know what the hell that is. Don't they call Lenore the hyena? Yeah. Why not the jungle? That's kind of more towards the Bengals, right? I think the Bengals kind of have that jungle type of a name. David Villa. What's up, my brother? Let's go. This secondary is going to make every team take a mind shot. Ooh. Let's go. A Seahawk is an arch. Yeah, but I don't know. It's kind of like a retarded looking bird, right?
That is the correct answer.
That is the correct answer. Niners, quest for 6. Now, I don't want to say quest for 6. I'm not really superstitious, am I? But, yeah, the last time we were doing the quest for 6 was in 2020, and everybody and their mamas got hurt. So, I'm not mentioning that. Daniel Burry Sports is in the house. What's up, my brother? Lakers, baby. Absolutely. Yeah, they do. You are correct. They absolutely do. Oh, hold on. Went ahead of myself. Really? Then we don't want to call that. We don't want to call no Seahawks killers. They're not killers. I know your really good friend Joe is a Seahawks fan, Ryan. But Seahawks suck. I love you, Joe, but your team sucks. I love Joe, but your team, right there. Right there. That's what I think of your team. But you're cool. You are cool peeps. So, will the rivalry be between the Niners and the Eagles? Do you think the new rivalry is going to be the Eagles and Niners? Do you think the Eagles make it back to the NFC Championship game? Or do you think we, the Niners, will be playing a different team in the NFC Championship game? And here's a question I would like to ask all of you in the chat. How many games do the Niners need to win this year based on the NFC conference? They don't have Tom Brady no more. They don't have Aaron Rodgers. Matthew Stafford's one hit away from getting hurt. Jared Goff and the Lions, Kirk Cousins and the Vikings, really? Jordan Love is going to have no love in Green Bay. Justin Fields and the Bears. And I'm not even really the Falcons, the Saints with Derek Carr. Question: how many games do the Niners need to win to have the number one seed, in your opinion? How many games do the Niners need to win to be able to be the number one seed and have a bye, in your opinion? Need to fill your cup, Beto. Need to fill your cup. I'm kind of scared with that statement there, Ryan. That scares me.
You have scared me with this comment. What do you mean? What the fuck do you mean about need to fill my cup? With what? Nothing would have to do with David Cardona, that's for sure. Please.
Let me know what you mean. Because this cup is only filled with chanate. Only thing I put in this baby is chanate. For those that don't know what chanate is, I will explain. But for those that do, that means you were where I was, vacationing at one time or another. Jalen Hurts, Brock Purdy, 1A, 1B. Quarterbacks in the conference. They've been here before. See Oklahoma versus Iowa State. Big 12 championship. I saw that game. Unfortunately for Brock, Jalen won that one. So Jalen actually is 2 for 2. 2-0 against Brock. But then again, Brock got hurt. Didn't really finish that game against the Eagles. So technically, Jalen Hurts just 1-0, right? Somebody said 15-2. 15-2 will win us the bye. Somebody said 13-4. 13-4 says Roberto with home field advantage. How important is home field? Bebop says 11. The NFC West sucks. David Villa says at least 14 games needs to be won to secure the NFC number one spot in the bye. I was talking about your water glass. Okay. You're talking about this right here, right? Or are you talking about my sanitizer? Were you talking about my sanitizer? It needs to be filled? I need to get it. Yeah, I still have enough. Chanate is the best. Chanate is, yep. Oh, look who knows. Look who knows.
That is the correct answer.
Chanate is just a slang word used in prison for coffee. Chanate is just a slang word used primarily in prison for coffee. Now, if you don't know what that meant, chanate, good for you. Good for you for not knowing what chanate meant. That means you were never in prison. That's a good thing. As for me and Roberto Davis, oh my goodness. Yep. It sure is. How much better is our roster than the Iowa State roster? If we were a college, we would be, yeah. This roster is freaking scary, man. Oh, I don't think so. Corey Davis says 14-3. Do you think a 12-5 gets us there? Bebop says he believes we will win. Actually, he didn't put an exclamation point, but he is saying we are going to win the NFC. I'm pretty sure we will sweep the Cardinals. We always sweep the Rams. But honestly, do you think the Niners will sweep the Seahawks again? Or do you feel that even though you don't like the Seahawks, do you feel that the Seahawks got better? Maybe not to win the West, but better enough for us not to sweep them? Or do you think we will sweep the whole West like we did last season? I'm curious to know. 12-5 should be doable, but unlikely. That will mean that, let's look at the teams that threaten. Let's be honest. What teams threaten the Niners on getting the home field advantage? The Eagles, right? That's one team. Do you think the Cowboys can threaten us in taking away that home field advantage? Do you think the Giants are getting better or got better under their head coach? Do you think Daniel Jones, his second year under this head coach, is going to continue to grow and be better? Do you think the Lions may be that dark horse surprise out of the North? Because I don't see Tampa Bay doing anything. Atlanta, the Saints, they lost a lot of players on defense. Yeah, they got Derek Carr, but they lost a lot of players on defense. That was always their bread and butter, their defense. The Panthers, they have a rookie at quarterback. How good is he going to be? The Green Bay Packers, with Jordan Love, how good are they going to be? We already know the Bears. They can't even get out of their own way. Minnesota plays very good during the season, but when it comes to playoffs, Kirk Cousins shits all over the bed. What team, other than the Eagles, truly give the Niners any threat to take away the title of the number one seed? Okay. Now, this question I want to ask you, Ryan. You say we drop one to the Seahawks. Okay. Would you rather lose? I know you rather not lose at all. But based on your statement, we lose one to the Seahawks. Would you rather lose at home and beat Seattle in Seattle on Thanksgiving? Or would you rather beat Seattle at Levi's? Curious your thought on that. Yep, that's exciting. That's exciting stuff right there. If we lose, it will be against the Cardinals. Look out for Colt McCoy. Yeah, no, I'm not afraid of Colt. Our defense that day did not play very well. Colt McCoy did not beat us. Technically, our defense beat themselves. I am not worried about no Colt McCoy. He's trash. Look who it is. My brother from another mother. Randy Daytona is in the house. What's up, Randy? Cuba vato. How you doing, sir? I'd rather see the Niners beating Seattle at their home. Maybe a little bit of payback for that whole Richard Sherman taking a bite of the turkey leg on our 50-yard line. That still pisses me off. That would be nice, wouldn't it, Jimmy? To have when we beat Seattle in Seattle on Thanksgiving, who would you pick? You can pick one player offensively and one player defensively to represent the 49ers and eating that turkey leg at their 50-yard line. Who would those two players be? Give me one in offense and one on defense. In your mind, which is the loudest, most obnoxious player that would make fun of the Seahawks when we win that game? I'm curious to know. When the Niners beat Seattle in Seattle and we have to take revenge of the Richard Sherman, in other words, who is the Richard Sherman on defense and offense on the Niners that will represent us eating that turkey? Based on their character. They don't have to be great number one players. Just based on their characters. Who would you want representing the Niners at the Seahawks 50-yard line? Talking mad shit. Eating that leg from the Niners. Offense and defense. Give me one of each. I think that's an interesting question. I want a turkey leg this year. I'm telling you. Randy Daytona says 15-2. Like Brian said, Beto. Okay. I like it. Ooh, Roberto.
Hell yeah! That's what I'm talking about.
Bosa and Kittle. Now, Bosa's not a big talker, though. Bosa talks a lot with his body of work, the way he goes after quarterbacks. But can you imagine with that voice? It's like trying to have Mike Tyson scare you just with his voice. I am not understanding any of my opponents. I am not underestimating. Ooh, crap. My brain read it all wrong. Brian, we're just having fun, my brother. My brother. That
Incorrect answer.
is the incorrect answer, sir. Put your pants down and give me two names. Ooh, Jennings is interesting. That's an interesting name. Jennings will be a talker. I like that. And Greenlaw. Ooh, now you're talking. Now you're talking. Bebop. No seas mamón. Este vato. Colts have not. Colt was hot that day. Oh, you're talking about McCoy. I'm not like the Colts. We don't play the Colts this year. Yeah, he was hot. Our defense wasn't. I'm not afraid of him. See, Christian McCaffrey's not one that I think he's a big talker. I don't know. He's too humble. And this is no offense. Okay, no offense to Brian Cope. I love Brian Cope. Brian Cope is a freaking beast. But I'll be honest with you. If I needed a representative to talk shit, it wouldn't be Brian Cope. And this is no disrespect to Brian. This is actually credit to Brian. I would not take Brian to go talk shit to someone. It's just not him. CMC is not a talker. So, I want to hear which players are the most trash talkers of the Niners that will represent us properly eating that turkey leg. Now, I like Greenlaw. I like Jennings. But there's got to be more back there. Kittle is definitely a good one. Kittle will talk that shit. He will talk that shit. Kittle and Greenlaw at the 50. See, I like that tag team. I like Jennings too, but Kittle will talk his shit. What's up, crazy guy? Crazy guy. This is what I think about your team. Oh, that's what I think about your team, my friend. What's up, Rich? How you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Good to see you. Make sure to follow my friend Rich. Great guy, man. Loves his football, loves his Warriors, and loves his Giants. Now, the Giants and Niners, me and Rich are good. Now, we have a little bit of a difference when it comes to the NBA, but I still love my brother, man. Great guy. Make sure to follow him. Kittle and Greenlaw. I think I brought that one up already. Ooh, Corey Davis coming in with a hot take. Debo and Ward. I don't know. Is Kittle a trash talker? Let me know, guys. Is Kittle a trash talker? Now, I'm not asking based on how good they are on the team. You can have a trash talker that is a freaking third string. So I'm not basing it on how good the player plays for the Niners. I want to hear that combination of trash talkers. In your opinion, who will represent the 49ers properly at the 50-yard line? Talking their shit. I like Jennings and Greenlaw. I like Kittle and Greenlaw. But I think you guys are missing somebody out there that is truly trash talking beast. But Kittle is definitely one. Now Ward, I don't see him as a trash talker either. Now they may be that behind the locker room, but I'm talking about, I'm talking about the in your face, like if Terrell Owens was on the team, that would have been my guy, Terrell Owens. That dude would talk his shit. This is why we got so pissed off at Richard Sherman, right? When Richard Sherman was talking his shit at our 50-yard line, why did we get pissed off? Because Richard Sherman sold it. He was such an SOB when he was with the Seahawks. That's why we got so pissed off, right? But imagine if it was Russell Wilson also, but imagine if it was somebody like, that is not really, I don't know. Richard Sherman pissed me off because he knows how to talk trash. Now, I like him. His jersey's right there. As a Niner, couldn't stand him. As a Seahawk. I take the mic. Ooh. CMC will talk on the field. Yeah. That I agree 100%. He will talk on the field. 100%. No arguments there. But I need a shit talker that talks with their mouth, eating that freaking turkey leg, talking his shit to the Seahawks fans, and pissing off Seahawks fans all over the stadium. What's up, Don? We got royalty in the house. How you doing, Don? Welcome, my sis. Giants won today on the home run from Davis. I'll take it. I'll take it all day, every day, and twice on Sunday. This ain't no telenovela.
Listen, B-Ball, don't piss me off. You start talking your shit, I will rip your throat from side to side.
I'm kidding. I don't want to get in trouble by you two. I'm kidding. You gotta watch what you say because, people get crazy. I need a win. But you want the speech after the win. You want to beat the crap out of Seattle in their house on Thanksgiving, and then you want your two trash talkers to go and talk their shit. That's the gravy on the mashed potatoes. That turkey tastes good, but it tastes better with gravy. Oh, yeah, I love me Hufanga. Right there, bro. Hufanga is who I'm wearing right now. That's my boy. I like me some Hufanga. He can be a trash talker. Definitely. Let's see. Everyone, who follows the cow pies is crazy guy. You're welcome, brother. Much love and respect. We don't need shit talkers. Oh, yes, we do. I love shit talking. I do. I have fun. I don't make it personal, but I love me some trash talking. I love talking strategies of football. I like talking about stats, and I'll talk to you about players, why my player is better than your player based on stats, and I'll break it down and all that. But there ain't nothing wrong with some old-fashioned trash talking. It is fun. But it's not everyone's cup of tea. Not everyone cares for trash talking. And I understand that. But this boy here loves me some trash talk. And that
is the correct answer.
But I respect those that don't. I really do. Purdy did immediately come through telling folks to shut it down and focus. I don't see Brock Purdy as a shit talker, though. Purdy will pray for you before he talks shit about you. Only reason why Sherman was talking shit is because he had Cam Chandler. Ooh. That's true. That was his yin to his yang. Absolutely cannot argue that. David Corona says 85 and 54. Kittle and Warner. That's interesting. That's an interesting take.
Booyah! Hell yeah! That's what I'm talking about.
I like that. That's a good combo right there. Good one. I brought that one up already. Debo and Greenlaw. Okay. Even in a Niner. Wow. Really? You know what? I really disliked Richard Sherman, but once he became a Niner and he showed complete dedication to the Niners, he wasn't talking Seahawks. He wasn't comparing us to the Seahawks. He was 100% down for the Niners. And even today, he talks more highly of the Niners than he does about the Seahawks. So he kind of won me over, but I respect your thing right there, Bebop. He did win me over, though. But he wasn't my biggest fan. I wasn't his biggest fan, when he was with the Seahawks. Yeah, Tyson. So does Bosa. Can you imagine Bosa? I mean, Bosa would intimidate you if you look at his body frame, right? You look at his body frame, he will intimidate you. But once he starts talking, now, the thing about Bosa, he's so big that even though you want to laugh at his voice, you restrain yourself from laughing because you probably don't want to get your ass kicked. But it's going to be a fight. Try not to laugh when Bosa comes. Can you imagine Bosa? I'm going to kick your ass. Or somebody
Like, I'm going to kick your ass. And you have a voice like this? Who's scared? Who's scared of a voice like this? It's like rocking my baby on a treetop.
Ain't nobody scared of that shit. Jair Brown. That's an interesting take. I apologize for this morning show. I didn't mean to get everyone fired up. I was too busy sleeping, bro. I went to bed at... I noticed you came on 9 o'clock. I went to bed about 6:15 this morning. I'm like, yep, I was dreaming while you were having your show, buddy. But who did you piss off?
What the hell? Oh my God, no way.
Who did you piss off, Bryant? Gonna head out, Niner family, on our way home from the Giants game. Oh, that's right. You were at the Giants game today. What a beautiful day. I felt bad for the pitcher that dislocated his shoulder. I forgot his name for the Rockies. I hated injuries. Have a nice day, Don. Bosa gonna make them scared. Not with his voice, but with those freaking arms. Bosa is a Hall of Famer. Pay the man.
Listen, I'm going to tell you right now. If you don't pay Bosa, I'm going to come after you and I'm going to call my uncle. And my uncle,
Lucifer will come. I will come and take you from the feet into my home. Pay the man, bitches.
Pay the man. Look who it is. My brother from another mother. What's up, Dave? He's a Vikings fan, loves his Vikings. But great guy, man. Great guy, good friend of mine. Show him some love. Say hello to Dave. Great guy, man. Hope you had fun. If you're at a Giants game, you're going to have fun. Who's better, Niners or Eagles? On paper, the Niners are better. Now, unfortunately for the Niners, we're still trying to figure out the quarterback situation. At least they have Jalen Hurts. But they lost both of their offensive coordinator and their defensive coordinator. They lost some key players on defense, one of them being Hargrave. They came to the Niners. But I still think that the Eagles and Niners are the two teams coming out, fighting and battling out for the NFC to represent in the Super Bowl. Beto, I talked about the Niners. Okay. Now, why would you have to apologize for showing pictures of important Niner moments? Somebody got mad because you were showing pictures of the Niners? El Diablo.
Simón, yo me llamo el Diablo y si no me crees te rompo el hocico. Órale.
Órale. Clean up on aisle 4. Clean up on aisle 4. Or how do you say it? American Airlines now boarding. Please make your way. Or how do they do it? Attention everyone, this is your pilot. We are now taking off to Maui. We should be there in about 2.5 hours. We'll hit some turbulence, but enjoy your flight and don't touch the stewardess' ass. Can you imagine if they did that? Don't be slapping the stewardess' ass while you're on the plane. Vikings are not a thing. They're a good team with a bad quarterback. Kirk Cousins, and Dave will tell you, he's not a big Kirk Cousins guy. Every day we get better. So, the rivalry are, as for now, the San Francisco 49ers and the Eagles. Until the Cowboys or Giants show me different, I got to believe that the true competition that we have to go through is the Eagles. Now, this game that we're going to play against the Eagles in the regular season in Philly will be interesting. I know that it's not the NFC Championship game, but I want to see Brock Purdy do his thing against that defense. Now, this is the funny thing. If the Eagles win that game, they're going to say, well, we would have kicked your ass. If Purdy wasn't hurt in the NFC Championship, we would have kicked your ass anyway, just like we did in this game. But if the Eagles lose to the 49ers, right, this is their excuse. Well, we didn't have Hargrave. Our defensive coordinators knew. Our offensive coordinators knew. They're going to give you every... But at the end of the day, we beat the Eagles. I don't care who they lost, who they brought in. It's all about game day. Week 10. Let's go. Bro, your team cannot even beat these fat so-called Niners. You have lost back-to-back playoff games. One at your house and one in our house. Stop trolling, bro.
No.
Yeah, bro, come on. Este vato.
Get the fuck out of here!
This is the year, everyone. It is. It is definitely the year. That game in Philly will be a statement game. That's what I'm talking about, Roberto. And they're going to come with their excuses. Let me tell you, we win that game. They'll have their excuses of why they lost. Yeah, I don't think they're going to look. I think these guys are professionals. When you have leaders like Kittle, Bosa, Eric Armstead, Gibson, Trent Williams, excuse me. When you got leaders like that, they're not going to let this young guys overlook anybody, bro. The Niners will be focused, they will be sharp, and they will be kicking ass and taking names. Absolutely. Ayuk on a money year. Now, that's going to be for a whole different show. Next year is going to be very, very interesting for the San Francisco 49ers. There's going to be a lot of cap hits. There's going to be a lot of maneuvering and moving things around next year. Parag is going to earn his money next year. Do we keep Debo when we sign Ayuk? Or do we trade Ayuk? Or do we trade Debo? Do we trade George Kittle? I'm not saying none of that's going to happen, but those discussions will be talked about all next offseason. But we are not there. We are in this offseason. Debo, Ayuk are on the team. Let's go win a chip. And we'll talk about who will be here, who won't be here next offseason. Well, show you how to beat the Eagles in Philly week 2. Are you guys playing on a primetime game or is it a regular game? Because if it's primetime, you might as well leave Kirk Cousins at home. But if it's a regular game, 10 o'clock, 1 o'clock, depending when you're playing in Philly, So it'd be a 1 o'clock. I don't know. You guys don't have your running back anymore. Dalvin Cook is gone. I don't know, Dave. I'm not trying to be an ass in any mean way or shape or form, but based on your roster compared to their roster, I don't know if I can see. I don't know if I can see the Vikings beating the Eagles. I really can't see the Vikings beating the Eagles with that roster. That'll be interesting. Week 2, huh? And you said it's a prime game? Wow. So week 2 is a prime game. You guys are playing in Philadelphia against the Eagles defense with Kirk Cousins. I don't know, bro. That can be a one-sided game for sure. That can be definitely a one-sided game. That is interesting. Packers will probably beat the Queens twice. With Jordan Love? Ooh-wee. Vikings in a rebuild, the shock mode. I don't know if they're in a rebuild. I like their receiver. They picked up the good tight end from the Lions. But Kirk Cousins on prime time against the Philadelphia Eagles. Man, that can be a one-sided game for sure. That'll be an interesting game to watch. Cook gone will be a benefit. Listen, maybe in the books, maybe saving money on Cook will be a benefit. But I don't understand how losing a caliber of running back as Dalvin Cook be a benefit. After what Christian McCaffrey did, how in the world could I say with a straight face myself, well, we lost Christian McCaffrey, but that's a benefit to the Niners. People will laugh at me. How is it that losing Cook would be a benefit to the Vikings? Please clarify on that. My brother from another mother, how you doing, sir? Luke Luna's in the house. How you doing, sir? Welcome. Trey Debo, teams usually never offer running back a second big money contract. Yeah. If Brandon Ayuk has the type of year that I expect him to have, Luke, I love me Debo Samuel. I love what Debo Samuel can do. But we have Christian McCaffrey now. I just think, my personal opinion, that between Ayuk and Debo, if I had to choose one over the other, I would choose Brandon Ayuk, our pure receiver. I mean, this guy had 1,000 yards last year with a carousel of quarterbacks. He had 1,000-yard receiving, and he wasn't even getting the ball most of the time. I like Debo. I love Debo, I should say. I would hate to lose either one of them. Maybe we don't lose no one. If this is just my opinion, guys. I'm not saying this will happen. I'm not saying that I want this to happen. But if Cameron Latou steps up, or if Brendan Willis out of Oklahoma steps up and plays very well, the saying goes, it's better to trade someone 1 year early than 1 year late to get good draft picks, right? Now, I love me George Kittle, the people's tight end. I love George Kittle. But let's keep it real. George Kittle is going to hit. Now, if they restructure Kittle, that's a whole different thing. But let's say without the restructuring, if they don't restructure him, he's going to be a big cap casualty next year. If he has a great year, his value for a trade will be good. We can get something good for him. But I want to see what I see from Cameron Latou or Brendan Willis first. They have to impress me. If I feel like they're a work in progress, then hell no. I'll get rid of Debo before I get rid of Kittle. But if Cameron Latou or Brendan Willis show me that they're capable, then moving from Kittle would not be a bad idea. Again, I'm not saying that's what I want to happen, and I know those are not the most fun topics to talk about, but it's reality. This is a numbers game. We cannot always keep everyone. Look who it is, my brother from another brother. Chris Hansen, how you doing, sir? Orale! Orale, Beto. Welcome to the stream, bro. Don't doubt, yes, we are turning over the defense, but adding Brian Flores will help the Vikes. Our offense is a top 5. Your offense is a top 5 when Kirk Cousins is hurt. Just kidding. I'm kidding. Losing, what's his name? Your linebacker, Hendricks, is going to hurt. Just lost a lot of players because of money. Cap casualties. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see where the... I still think that the NFC North, the competitive teams will be the Vikings and Detroit. I expect Detroit to win and I can't even believe I'm saying this, but I expect Detroit to win the division. And maybe the Vikings come in number 2, then the Packers, then the Bears. Or the Bears and the Packers. It doesn't matter. Oh, I appreciate it. You know who it is, right? Mr. Hufanga, 29. Hufanga, baby. That's who it is. Mr. Hufanga. Gotta support one of my favorite players. Cook was declining. It did not look to me like he was declining. He was inefficient. A lot of no yards gains before popping off a big run. Madison is more efficient, getting yards, leaving us with better second and third situations, opening in the playbook. All right. Well, you follow the Vikings. I don't, so I'll take your word for it. But Cook did not look like he was. But if that's what you guys feel, I don't think you guys let him go because he was not playing good or declining. You let him go because you guys couldn't afford him. We got the best cap manipulator in the league. They will cook the Bucks and keep the band together. In a perfect world, yes. In the real world, I hope so. I definitely hope so. Niners best. Niners best. Niners best. David, what are the Niners? Oh, they're the best. Got it. Please hit the like button. Everyone, let's get Beto to 20 likes. Oh, let's go. 20 likes, guys. Hit the likes. Even if you don't really like me, pretend to like me. Beto Kittle would be on the table for trade after this year or next. Same with Debo because both can't get a record-breaking deal. But I'll pay Kittle over Debo 100%. Again, it depends on what Latu and Willis show me. But I ain't touching Brandon Ayuk, though. I like Brandon Ayuk. I want Brandon Ayuk to be on this team for years to come, for sure. This dude. I'm sorry, Dave. I'm sorry. I can't control everyone. Freaking Bebop. Scold these nuts. Behave, Bebop. You're no. Pórtate bien, Bebop. Pórtate bien. Latu and the Utah boy. Utah boy. Who's that? Who did we pick up from Utah? Now I'm interested to know who clarify on who that is. You're not referring about Willis, right? The Oklahoma. Oh, he played in Oklahoma, but he's from Utah. Is that what you're saying? I don't know where he was born, but maybe that's what you're saying. Everyone, please like and subscribe to Niner Sickness. Get me to 21 likes, guys. Appreciate it. Cousin needs 10 yards and needed 10 yards and threw a... Oh, my God.
Booyah!
That's some funny shit, man. That is some funny shit. I saw that play against the Giants. How do you need 10 yards? And this is a player that has been in the league for a long time. Now, if I'm not mistaken, isn't Kirk Cousins the same player that instead of going underneath center, he went underneath his guard? He lined up under his guard instead of his center a few years ago. Cousins needed 10 yards and threw for 3. Chris, maybe Kirk Cousins thought that Deebo Samuel was on the team. Now, Jefferson is a great receiver. Jefferson is a freaking... I love that kid. But he's not Deebo in the sense of yak after the catch. That's funny shit, bro. Needed 10 yards and threw for 3. Sorry, Dave, but that shit is real right there. Deebo's contract is a 28 cap hit if we trade him this season, becomes more tradable than next. I would have to look at the numbers, David McNiner, and maybe we can do a show at another time and break down the caps. And maybe I'll bring you on, David, if you'd like to be a guest. We can talk about the players and how their hits are going to take place, and who do we need to restructure, who do we need to trade, who not that we need to, who is a possibility of getting traded, and have a show like that. I think that'll be fun. Okay. So the two is from Utah. Look, just had injuries, but Cook. Oh my God. I replaced the C with an L. Cook just had injuries, but Cook healthy is a lock for 1,000-yard season. Yeah, I don't think he was declining. I just think he was let go because they couldn't afford him. I appreciate it, Dave. Thank you. You're always going to get those one or two people that, just doesn't like other teams. Latu is, it says that it's right here. Latu, he came out of Olympus High School in Utah, Alabama, in college. He's a Utah guy. Yes, Chris Hansen, you are correct.
That is the correct answer.
Oh, lining up under the guard instead of the center. A lot of quarterbacks have done that though. But that was funny shit. That was funny, man. I don't care what quarterback, even if it would have been one of our quarterbacks, that's just funny. How good do you think? Let me ask you this question, since I've been reading a few statements about Latu. Now, the Niners drafted Latu. He was the first tight end taken in the draft for the Niners. He was the third round pick. What do you guys believe the Niners saw in Latu? Because to me, he's not your prototype tight end that the Niners look at or go after. I see Braylon Willis being that type of tight end they look for. In your guys' opinion, and I'm very interested in knowing, so if you can share with me in the comments, I would appreciate it. What are your thoughts? Why do you think the Niners pursued Cameron Latu? Do you think they're going to try to develop him into a certain player? Do you think he's a project that they're going to try to kind of shape and form to play the Niners offense? Because I'm not going to lie, I love Latu. I seen him in Alabama. I think he's a great tight end. I like his speed. Not his speed, excuse me, his power. He's hard to take down. He fights for every inch. But I didn't see him getting drafted by the Niners because I didn't think he fell in that category. I'm very curious from your perspective. Why do you think the Niners went after him? Do you think they want to build on his skill set, what he did in Alabama? Or do you think they want to mold him into something different? That's an interesting question. Trade Juice. I think Juice is on his last year. I think this is the last year they would have to renew him, or he'll be a free agent, if I'm not mistaken. Don't hold me to that. But I think he's a free agent next year. But I would have to take a look to double check and make sure that is correct. But the question is this then. Is he so he's a project? And if he's a project, why did they take him in the third round? You don't think he would have been there in the fourth or fifth? It's always interesting to understand why teams do what they do. Don't sleep on Braylon Willis. I like this kid from Oklahoma. I love his attitude. He went on his Instagram and told his followers that he's going to make all other teams pay for passing up on him. I like that attitude. He's a dog. He has a dog in him. Now, can he bring that into fruition and do something? We'll have to wait and see. Because you can be mad at the world and you can tell everybody's going to pay for passing me up. But if you don't do jack, they'll forget about who you are. I'm curious to see how this kid does in training camp. I'm excited to watch him play in preseason. I'm with you, Roberto Davis. I don't know if I go as far to say don't sleep on him, but I am curious to see what this kid can do under Kyle Shanahan and in this offense. And then he's going to learn. Both him and Latu is going to learn from George Kittle. Just like Jair Brown is going to learn from Deshaun Gibson, Latu and Willis will learn from the best in George Kittle. And why not? George Kittle is the best of the best out there. If you have a chance to be on the same team as Kittle and learn from Kittle, that's a benefit. Now it's going to be interesting to see whether the other two tight ends are going to make the roster. Ross Dwelly has been here for a while. He is on the bubble of being cut. Charlie Warner is a good blocker, but not necessarily a catcher. He may be on the chopping block. Are Latu and Willis the replacements of Warner and Dwelly? This camp is definitely going to be interesting, to say the least. It's going to be fun to watch this camp. Yeah, I'm with you, Roberto. Dwelly has made the team only for the fact that, they had Kraft, they had Warner. They never had tight ends that really stepped up and stuck out. So Dwelly was always kind of safe. But adding Latu and Willis, specifically Willis, because it'll be easier to cut Willis and sign him to the practice squad than it is to let go maybe of Charlie Warner. But if Braylon Willis shows up and shows out, the Niners may be afraid that somebody can come in and swoop him once he's cut. And if that's the case, then I can see Warner and Dwally on the outside looking in. It'll be interesting for sure. It will be interesting for sure. Now, those are the tight ends. Could TDP be on the verge of being cut? Could TDP be on the verge of being cut? Could that be a possibility? Now, before you answer and say, no, he's a third round pick, he's not getting cut. Let me remind you, last year, Trey Sermon was also a third round pick. And he was cut in favor of Jordan Mason, an undrafted free agent. These two kids that we picked up that are undrafted, is any one of those going to be the new Jordan Mason? Is TDP honestly in the verge of getting cut? Is he on the trading block? Or is TDP going to come in, kick ass, take names, and make it very, very hard for the Niners to even think of cutting him? Latu is bigger than Warner and projected to be a better blocker. It seems to me that the longer I stay alive, the stupider I get in reading. Or maybe I just start from the get-go. I can see TDP getting traded. I can see one of our linebacking depth getting traded. Wow. Who will be on the trading block? That's a good question. I'm not going to open up that rabbit hole because I'm about to shut this down. I'm about to shut this live down. But that's a good question, Roberto. That's a rabbit hole that we can go down, spiraling down and talk about the linebacking core because who's going to be that third linebacker to replace Aziz? Is it going to be Burks? Remember Burks? I know he was brought in for special teams, but when Warner was out and when Greenlaw was out, he came in and played very well. Then you got Ball. And then you got the two young draft picks this year in Winters and from TCU. And what's the kid from Purdue? Jalen? I can't remember the kid from Purdue. So it will be interesting to see what they do at linebacking. I'm telling you guys, this training camp is going to be lit and on fire, man. Iron sharpens iron. Let the competition begin. Let these guys compete against each other and may the best man win their job. Thank you, Roberto. Jalen Graham from Purdue. I like, earlier you said don't sleep on Willis. Now, this is the kid that I will say, do not sleep on Jalen Graham from Purdue. I'm not saying that he's the next Fred Warner, okay? but he has the same body type coming out of college that Warner did coming out of Utah. Same frame, same weight. I like his skill set in college. He has a nose for the ball. He's a sideline to sideline linebacker. To me, it looks like the Niners signed Fred Warner's backup and Greenlaw's backup. Because if you look at Winters from TCU, he resembles a lot like Greenlaw. Height, weight, body frame. Plays more on the outside. And then you look at Jalen Graham from Purdue. He's more of a middle linebacker. Same body weight and frame coming out of college that Fred Warner. So that have the Niners draft another Warner and another Greenlaw? Only time will tell. For sure. I think Burke wins the job. But we use nickel. Yes. 100% agree with you there, David. 100% agree with you, David. We are always in a nickel. And now that we have, let's keep it real. Now that we have, we brought in Jair Brown. When they go with a 3 safety set, they're going to pull that third linebacker out. But you're right. They go a lot of nickel. And therefore they're always just 2 linebackers. And that is always going to be Fred Warner and Greenlaw. If they're healthy, of course. But I like Burks. I know he was brought in as special teams, but he played pretty damn good in the absence of Greenlaw. Marciano McCray Ball. He's a good one. I hate to be the Niners in training camp. I hate to be the coaches in training camp this year because there's going to be battles. There's going to be battles at the linebacking core. There's going to be battles at the secondary. There's going to be battles at the safety. There's going to be battles defensive line. There's going to be battles offensive line, tight ends, quarterbacks, receivers. Now, we know that Deebo Samuel is set. We know that Brandon Ayuk is set. And maybe Ray is set at number 3. Now, Juwan Jennings is going to be a free agent next year. Do they trade him? Can you see a possibility where the Niners trade Juwan Jennings if the kid that we picked up from Michigan plays well in training camp and preseason? I'm trying to think of his name. Ball, right? Or I might get thrown off by McCurry Ball. Or Bell. Not Ball. His last name is Bell. He's a Wolverine. Could it be that we trade Juwan Jennings? Whatever we get, a 6? I mean, Juwan Jennings is going to be a free agent. He is definitely in the realm of being traded if they can find a suitable replacement with these young kids. Yes, Ronnie Bell. Thank you, Roberto. Ronnie Bell. Prepare for battle. It's going to be interesting to see the battles in this preseason. It's going to be fun. I want to hear about the scrimmage against the Raiders. That's going to be fun to hear about the scrimmage against the Raiders, because we know the preseason game is just preseason. It's all vanilla. It's all vanilla. You can't take nothing from preseason other than how a player moves as a defensive end. What kind of moves does Drake Jackson put on the opposing offensive guard or tackle? But that scrimmage game against the Raiders is as close as they'll get to a regular season game than those preseason games. There's going to be battles across the board. They're going to be players that the Niners have to cut that you're going to be, what the heck were they thinking? There are going to be so many surprise cuts this offseason. Some of us are probably going to be very pissed. But you can't keep all of them. Remember, you got to go from 80 to 53. Probably later on this month, I'm going to do a show and I'm going to do the 53-man roster prediction. A 53-man prediction. So make sure to come and join me. Make sure you are subscribed and you hit the notification bell on my YouTube channel, so every time I go live, you will be notified and you can come on and hang out with your boy Niner Beto on the Niner Sickness podcast. It was fun. We've been on here for 2 hours talking some football. Like always, I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for watching, supporting the channel, and being very conversed in the chat, lighting up the chat, keeping the chat on fire. I appreciate each and every one of you. Be blessed. Always be kind to one another. And we'll see you on the next Niner Sickness podcast. Peace.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.